Hi, welcome to this week's faith moment. I've called it the bulb planter. I want to try and show you something very simple, but to me, very profound this week. I'm going to read you the parable that you know so well, Luke's version of it. A farmer went out to sow his seed. As he was scattering the seed, some fell. I want you to watch that word, fell along the path. It was trampled on, and the birds of the air ate it up. Some fell on the rock, and when it came up, the plant withered because they had no moisture. Other seed fell among thorns, which grew up with it and choked the plants. Still other seed fell on good soil. It came up and yielded a crop, 100 times more than was sown. So this is the word of the Lord. That word fell. Now this week, I was looking at my garden, our garden, and the way we changed the back, we put some perennials in place of some perennial stuff, orange stuff. I forget what it's called. My mum used to have it in her garden, but she treated it better than I have. So it's sort of got all straggly, and you just get green and not so much orange flower on it. So if you remember, I decided I'd take the whole lot out, and we put some lovely daisy type stuff, Rebecca and all this sort of stuff in, and they've gone really well this summer. But then I thought it'd be lovely to have spring flowers. Do you know, we're going through this pandemic, aren't we? It's going to be horrible this winter. So I want as soon as possible to have lovely spring flowers. So I thought, as we were going through Golden Days, I just picked up a bag of daffies. Big bag, over 100 of these. And then I thought about it. I thought, how do you actually plant these? Now, we had some in years ago, but the slugs or the snails have eaten them. So I thought, you've got to do this properly. So I looked in the shed. I used to have a bulb planter, but it's gone. So I must have had a clean out and thrown it away at one point, because it's years ago since we planted bulbs. So I got a bulb planter. I got these daffies, and I suddenly thought, as I looked on Amazon to get these, I went down to the local hardware. They haven't got one. So needless to say, Amazon, you get one the next day. But I was looking and thought, do you know, I'd love some tulips as well. That'll be real colour first thing in the spring or whenever they come out. And then I thought, well, the slugs and snails got those last time, so I'll get some grit. So Amazon duly deliver grit as well. But then the Lord said, do you remember you used to get horse manure from near Wrightington, a farm? Sold it at 25p a bag. That was, I don't know, before the pandemic. Must have been 3 years ago when I got some. So I went along after I dropped Eva off at Runshaw, and there it was, still doing it. Fantastic. I ain't got any money, so I thought, well, I'll nick 5 bags and pay them when I come back the next time. I need 5 more. What am I saying is, the Lord is saying that when you plant bulbs, you have to do the job properly. Daffodils have to go in 4 inches deep. Tulips 3 inches deep. Now, I plant things in straight lines, so I got my dear wife to come and show me where I could do it in a better shape. But there we are, we've got the stuff in. I put some bone meal as well. But the point is, what I'm trying to say is, the seed fell. And some of it fell on good soil. Do you know our faith? So often we sprinkle it like stardust. We think, I believe. But do we? Do we actually get down to the 4 inches? Do we actually plant it and believe these things are going to grow? Our faith is actually going to grow. We had a staff meeting the other day, and we were talking about a watchword or a word for the future. And Sue was saying, we want something simple, 3 words. And we were thinking through it. But today, faith, I want you to think of 3 words, quite simple. Plant, power, prosper. You see, those bulbs have been planted correctly. They've had the right amount of nurture, stuff that will help them to grow. That's the power. And I believe next year I'm going to have a fantastic show. I've walked along and I've spoken to those bulbs and I've said, I've done my best for you, so you're going to do your best for me and you're going to flower fantastic next year. And I believe it, because I've planted it and I'm believing it. That's the thing about faith. We've got a couple of seconds to go. Think about your gas and electric bill. You're worrying about it. It's fear. Plant faith. You're going to get through this. You're going to get through all the inflation, everything that goes with it, because we have faith. We're going to be sorted out. It's going to get there. We don't have to worry about things. It's going to be fine. Plant your faith. Don't scatter it. Don't just let it fall and then think, oh well, don't really believe it anyhow. For a moment, believe it all the time. Faith is planted. It has power to prosper for you.